Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nick Nickum. This is an update on coronavirus pandemic 2020. This is a series of COVID-19 world news brought to you from Houston, Texas. Today, we are going to be focusing on one of the most important critical aspects of dealing with the coronavirus pandemic here in the United States, and that is medical supply crisis. You talk to any governor in any state of this country, they are going to tell you they are having tremendous challenges getting medical supplies. You listen to any medical professional from any hospital, most of them will tell you they don't even have basic face mask, PPE, and respirators. How did we end up here in a country with so much technology and so much advances in the medical field? So let us focus on some of the aspects as what the real problems are, and then how the federal government can intervene and resolve some of these issues. Not only am I going to point out what are the real challenges we face, but I can give you practical solutions which can be implemented in 24 to 48 hours to make sure there is a smooth transition of the products from the factory to the hospital operating rooms, emergency rooms, and urgent care centers. So let us begin with the situation as what is happening. Right now, we have 8,000 hospitals across the country, and many of these countries are getting prepared to face coronavirus patients. Not all the hospitals have patients, but nonetheless, those hospitals which have been flooded with the coronavirus patients can really attest to the struggles they are going through in terms of getting the medical supplies. Talk about New York City, where they are already short of not only hospital beds, they are in dire need of medical supplies like face masks, protective gear, respirators, and hospital beds. So we have numerous hospitals which are requiring the same kind of supplies like the gowns, masks, gloves, respirators, and of course medications. So this is the demand side of the healthcare industry, which is just escalating and going out like a spiral. Let's look at the other side, which is the supply side. The hundreds of thousands of medical manufacturers who manufacture the same products we are looking for, like medications, respirators, and personal protective equipment. But there is a disconnect between these two. There is no time for the hospitals to shop around these manufacturers and find the right product and negotiate the prices and then get them to their supply rooms. It's a tremendous challenge, and we don't have that kind of time to wait for the products to appear 2-3 weeks down the line. That is not an acceptable solution. So how do we address this particular issue of supply and demand mismatch? Let's proceed further. And here we have all these manufacturers, but here we have the federal government, which has the power to take over these manufacturing plants during times of crisis or during times of pandemics like this one, where President Trump has already declared this as a war and has authorized Defense Production Act. It has not been put into action, and I'm going to show you how we can put that into action so that the products that are manufactured by these factories go directly to the supply rooms of the emergency rooms, the urgent care centers, and the surgical suites and the hospitals' intensive care units. Here I have put together as how we can work using the power of the federal government, using the Defense Production Act, how we can bring all these manufacturers to go through one channel, and that is the federal government, and then the federal government will in turn reach out to these hospitals depending on their needs and make sure these products are transparently transferred from the manufacturer to the required hospital. This has been done in many forms in the private sector. This is how Amazon works. This is how Walmart online works. This is how Costco works, because they match the buyers with the sellers. And more than that, the federal government has the power to control the cost, to control the traffic, to make sure there is smooth transition of these products from the manufacturers to the end users, which are the medical professionals. So the first thing for the federal government to do is put this Defense Production Act of 1950 into action, so that all these companies report a list of all their products in works, everything, to a central electronic database where all the products are listed, which are visible to all these hospitals which are requiring the same products. Yes, I said electronically, because the federal government doesn't have to invest one penny to get this accomplished. What it needs is the desire, the passion to get it done. As I said, there are already services like Amazon, Walmart, Costco, and many others which can provide the electronic backbone for listing all these products from these manufacturers and giving access to these healthcare institutions to select what item they want. And once they have selected the items, it will be just a matter of these products being put on the truck and transferred to the destination. No, please don't laugh at me, because I have been buying stuff from Amazon and other places for almost 20 years. Most of the products, when I buy from Amazon, it comes from China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, or India, but I get that with a click of a mouse. Let's say, for example, a hospital here needs 1 million masks and gowns. And all these places list here all the products they have. So this hospital will go, just like you're doing a search on Amazon, it will put 1 million masks. It will list all the manufacturers who produce these masks and the quantity they have. Then they can just go and select all these products, and all the prices are negotiated by the federal government, and it is going to be a fixed price no matter who is buying from the healthcare industry. And once it is selected, the item is bought, the item is put on the truck within a few hours, and it should be on the way to the destination institution. Here is a simplified version. Let's say for this person manufactures respirators of a certain kind. This hospital is looking for 50 respirators. Then it will search for the respirators of a special kind. Then it sees this manufacturer has 2,000 respirators, and simply this hospital will enter how many respirators they need, and of course their information about shipping address, everything is already in the database, and with a click of a mouse, the products should be packed, put on the truck, on the way to the institution in a matter of 48 hours. Yes, it can be done. Amazon can deliver these products in 24 hours. Even if you get it 2 days, 3 days later, it's better than what we have, which is nothing right now. That's why we strongly recommend for President Trump to put this Defense Production Act 1950 into action when it comes to uniform distribution of medical supplies and medical equipment. Trump is concerned about nationalizing the medical manufacturers. That is why I'm coming up with this electronic supply chain middleman role for the federal government, so that every manufacturer the federal government has the first right of refusal to not buy those products, or if it is an essential product, all those products must be sold through only one channel, and that is through the federal electronic supply channel. So by using this formula, by using existing technology which has been used for 2-3 decades by large retail online stores, we should be able to match the products and the suppliers to the people who are in desperate need. Mr. Trump, there are doctors, nurses, and ancillary people who are getting sick with this virus because they don't have proper equipment to cover themselves from getting infected. Time is running out. So let us put this Defense Production Act and make sure that all manufacturers list their products, their quantity, and so that it can be seen by all hospitals and institutions and make the entire transaction electronically, seamlessly, so that the doctors, the hospitals, and the administrators can focus on producing the best quality of care in a timely manner, so that one, we can save lives, number two, we can save medical resources, and number three, we can reduce the number of people getting infected. This also applies to the coronavirus testing kits. Mr. President, please do listen and act on it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please do share this video with all your friends and with your congressmen and the senators, so that they understand the gravity of the situation, what we face as doctors in the hospitals, in the urgent care centers, and in the emergency rooms.